This is so wrong. If they want to decide anything for themselves, fine. Why they are inflicting it on me, forcing it on me?
Farid Ahmed's words of forgiveness were heard around the world following a terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I want a heart that will be full of love and will forgive lavishly.
His words and stories offer both healing and hope for the future.
If our heart is full of love, then peace will start from here.
Episode 20. Reconciliation has risks.
My personality is that I can be a very good peacemaker
Or troublemaker.
or if trouble comes
Yes.
that I did not initiate but someone else, I do not run away at any cost. And again, then something makes me stubborn to stand up and not to run away. And as a result, many times I was in risk because I could not compromise. So I'll give a story. I was elected Secretary General for Student Union in Polytechnic. So I was very busy for, I would say, the free slavery. It's not organized over there like organized in New Zealand. The comparison between being a student leader here and over there is not same. Over there you are working in a chaotic environment. Anything can happen within an hour. There is no organized route that you can predict. So I used to be very busy, and about 1 week before the exam, I used to take leave. I used to go to my village. For 1 week, day and night, I would study to prepare myself very well. And over there, I didn't have to cook. Didn't have to do anything. Food will come. You know, we had people. They will bring the food in my study room. So study room is about 40 meters away from the main room. Very quiet, and I could lock my door anytime and study. And then on the exam morning, exam will start at 9 o'clock, I would arrive in the Polytech campus around 8. So I go to my room, I used to live in the hostel, and then from there I will come to the exam hall. That morning, I just arrived in the campus with a rickshaw. But some students, they welcomed me on the gate. It sounded trouble. So they escorted me to my room, all nice, as if nothing happened. But my heart says something was wrong. I went inside to change myself, and what they did, they put a big lock outside my door. And they said, stay there. What do you mean, stay there? I have to sit for the exam. Yeah. You are not alone. We are also. But why are you locking me here? They said, because we are not sitting for the exam. What do you mean? Oh, you were not there. We had decided, the whole department, we have decided we will not sit for the exam. I said, hey, this is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Do you know that you will lose one whole year? Plus, you can be expelled. You know the rule. They said, we don't care. You think too much. That's why it was good we have decided without you. If we talk to you, always what is right, what is right, what is right. We don't care all the right. You stay there and keep your mouth shut. So I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? Can't do anything. Screaming, nobody will come to rescue me. I begged them that, hey, let me out. Let us talk about it. We still have 45 minutes. No, you stay there. This is our decision. So after 2 hours, they came back. By these 2 hours, exam time was finished. I was worried. For their mistake, wrong decision, how can I afford to lose one more year from my life? I was figuring out that what else could I do? Maybe I will leave the politics and I'll go and I'll study something else. I can't take this rubbish. This is so wrong. If they want to decide anything for themselves, fine. Why they are inflicting it on me, forcing it on me? Anyway, they came back, and then by then, principal, he sent his guard that go and find out Farid, then ask him to come. So he came, found me in the room. He said, you know, Mr. Farid, principal is looking for you. I said, you go back, I'm coming. So I went there. So he saw me. He was angry. Student did not sit for the exam, and I was one of those. You know, and he said, you disappointed me. I thought you were such a fair leader, this and that. I have never seen anything wrong from you. I admire you, blah, blah, blah. So he was right. So I said, sir, have you finished? Yeah. I said, how can you be so unkind to me? What do you mean unkind? I said, you have no love for me, do you? So he could not imagine I would take the whole matter into that direction. Sir, you don't love me, do you? He was hesitating. What do you mean, Farid? I said, I was house arrested for 2.5 hours. You were not arrested. I have been worrying about my loss of 1 year. You did not worry like me. At least I came. I expected you to ask, Farid, how are you? He did not. I came in and you were all in complaint mode. Attack. Student attacked me. They are trying to ruin my life, and now you are attacking me. Do you want me to leave this politics? I can go elsewhere and study. No, I didn't mean that. What happened to you? Anyway, so I told him everything, and then he said, oh, now what to do? I said, I have to work for negotiation. I don't know whether I will be successful or not. But now, if you follow your law, you have to punish them one way or another. You have to punish them. You have to push them 1 year behind, or you have to kick them out from politics. This is your pathways, as far as I know. But for students, you know what they will do. They can be wild. They can be violent. They can beat you. In the past, in your politics, they have beaten teachers for doing the right things. For example, one vice principal, he was checking and he found one student leader copying, and he caught him. He did the right thing. But for that, your polytechnic and your polytechnic board, you transferred him to elsewhere. Why? To save his life. You saved his life, but you have killed the law and order. And from those things, this wild student, they have learned that they can break the law, they can attack you guys, and then eventually you will give up. So you have lost your moral ground. What can I do? But I can try at least. I was always polite, but at that time, again something told me, take the risk. What else have you got to lose? So, principal, he said, I can see it is serious, but I cannot give you permission until I have a meeting with academic council. I said, can you call academic council right now in 5 minutes so I can talk to them? He said, yes, all the members are in the building, I can call them. They came, angry, very angry with the student. They did this wrong. I said, my teachers, have you finished? Stop your law. Your law will fail as it failed in the past. Now, you have two choices. Follow the law, you beat them, or you get beaten. You expel them, or they will even behead you. You know this violent culture. This is what the students are talking, I heard. Even they put me into house arrest. And if necessary, at least they have not started beating me. They will beat me, they will kill me. You know them. You know the student culture. So now, I have to take risk. If you are prepared to take some risk, okay, Farid, what are you saying? I said, don't take any action against them and give me your official permission that I would be a mediator, a reconciliator between you guys and the students. Even though I am a student, but I will be very, very neutral and fair. If you don't make this chance, tell me, I'm going to get out of this politics. I am sick of it. Because every time student does something, and then I'm at risk. They have, for example, problem with taxis. So some of them will go and they will break a taxi, and the case is against Farid, because Farid is the student leader. Again and again, how much can I take? So I said, if necessary, I'll be out. I'm fed up. So they decided to give me a chance. I started my action. So I started the mediation. The first thing I did, I was one after one, I was talking to all A+ students like me. And I took about 2 hours to talk to about 5 of them. I explained to them, this is what going to happen. Did you know? No. Do you want that to happen to you? No. So you support me. And that's how I convinced most of the students that they were wrong. But some troublemaker leaders who were not prepared for their exam. So they wanted to convince everybody and say, we will ask the academic council to falsely record the good result and then we will be passed. That dangerous. And I said, I don't want this. I have come here to genuinely study about engineering. I do not want any false mark. But I care about you as well. I'm your representative. I do not want to divide you versus some good students. Give me a chance. I'll give you respect. I'll try to make the exam easier for you so you can pass. Just give me a chance. So I give them a roadmap. If I can convince the academic council about this, can you agree? They said, we can. I said, good. So I took these 5 students with me, all the A+ ones. And then had a meeting with the academic council, and I said, I can bring them in the exam. That will save you also from lots of headaches. But you have to consider one thing for me. What is it? So I said, you have to make the exam easy. You have already printed out your question. They said, yes. So usually the question is answer 8 questions out of 10 questions. That's how probably you have designed your question. I want you to make it easier. Instead of answer 8 out of 10, you say answer 5 out of 10. I know it is not ideal, but for a compromise, for a peace, and to bring the tradition that student must follow the rule and must sit for the exam. For those greater things, please make it easier for us. And I bring them. If you don't do this, there will be violence. And in Bangladesh, police even cannot control the students. Finally, they agreed. They did. And then all the students sat for the exam. They were happy. All of them, they passed. Even the trouble ones. They passed. And it was a happy ending. But the good thing was, I said, that even though it was risky, quite risky, and I was afraid that they never behaved like this with me, that they would put me into the room arrest. But they felt that Farid would be too honest and Farid would not support our decision, so put him out.